Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, this is Flavored, and right now you're with Daily PvP. Well, it's been kinda a while since we last watched the sort of ranked game, and right now I'm here to change that. You know, Solar servers are currently down for maintenance. It's still about an hour and 30 minutes to go, and most probably it will be extended because you know BioWare they never just finish their maintenances in time, so we still got plenty of chances to watch a good ranked game right now. And I've got a definitely solid one for you. It's going to be between Hey I'm MVP and Don't Panic. You know, a little while ago I complained at how I do not really see a lot of Don't Panic playing, and it looks like my dreams are coming true simply because recently there has been some shuffling around with ranked teams on the Bastion. Unfortunately, Strictly Business fell apart. Their most solid members went to Hey I'm MVP, and basically right now most of the time it's either Synergy or Hey I'm MVP fighting it out against Don't Panic, and really I cannot complain about it simply because Don't Panic are cool. Just as cool as Synergy, just as cool as Hey I'm MVP and Crits and Giggles. All these teams definitely deserve a look. But right now it's going to be against Hey I'm MVP and Don't Panic in the Ancient Hypergates on the Bastion. First of all, let's take a quick look at their setups, and quite interesting to see that Hey I'm MVP are gonna be running with Deception Assassin. Deception Assassins do not get quite a lot of air time in ranked, but of course Hey I'm MVP are not afraid of any class prejudices. They just if the player is good, they give him a chance, of course. And when Vacalord is on his assassin, well, you definitely expect some good results out of him. They've got the Darkness Assassin as well for defense. They've got Immortal Juggernaut there. They've got a couple of snipers, a pretty good setup there if they decide to fight for the middle, but it looks like they're gonna be doing a split right from the start, so I'm not sure how their setup right here will play towards this split, because you know, fighting at the points there are quite a lot of obstacles to LOS snipers, but we'll see. They've also got a couple of operatives to heal, as well as Rage Marauder. Overall solid setup. Don't Panic on the other hand, they've got Tarawar on Combat Sentinel for additional utility, of course, always great, and also decent burst. They've got Antipodes on Focus Sentinel. They've also got Sniper of their own, Likio. They've got a couple of Scoundrel Healers. And well, other than that, it's pretty standard. Oh, but they've also got a Gunnery Commando, of course. And let's go ahead and jump into the action, which is about to start. It looks like Hey I'm MVP have already made his way to the Eastern Pylon. And I'm not exactly sure, but have Don't Panic already realized that Hey I'm MVP are doing a split? Because it looks like none of the pylons are capped just yet, and it looks like yes, Don't Panic, you know, they are very experienced, very knowledgeable guys in the game. They've quickly realized that Hey I'm MVP is doing something tricky right here, right now, and they're not letting them cap their home point as well. And let's look at what's going on right here. Giggity Gone is taking some damage, but of course it is probably a tank. He's probably fully tank gear spec'd, judging from his HP. Though he might be running with a DPS gear. Well, that's a decent approach, although of course hybrid specs are not as powerful as they were in the past. Currently it's 3 against 3 Battle Palm solo. Wordlaw and Vacalord are fighting against Giggity Gone. They're fighting against Mike, one of the healers for Don't Panic, as well as one of the snipers. And so far the battle seems to be pretty damn even. On the other hand, it looks like some of the Hey I'm MVP members are falling west, but so far it seems they're pretty lucky. On the door is getting out right in time to actually return and reinforce their team on the other western side, not let Don't Panic to cap that point. Still some heat on Backlord here, of course. In the current situation, he would probably be the weakest target here, and by weakest I mean the easiest to kill, but still the healer, of course, Wordlol heal here is doing a great job at keeping everyone alive, and it looks like the first round of this Ancient Hypergate is about to end, and it's really whenever the game of Ancient Hypergate starts out like that, it will probably prove to be a long game, and I'm telling you, this will be a long game. I don't know how will it end, and I'm not even sure if I will be able to keep commentating it without dropping dead somewhere in the middle, running out of the words to say, so I apologize in advance if at some point I just go mute. But anyway, look at that, immediately pop in that Combat Transcendence. Really, that's where Combat Sentinel is coming in handy, and I feel sad quite often. Yes, I'm pretty serious here. I feel sad quite often that a lot of teams actually disregard previously, before let's say 1.6 and even at the end of the vanilla, the Old Republic, Combat Sentinels used to get quite a lot of it was pretty much mandatory to have a Combat Sentinel or a Carnage Marauder on your team for all these buffs and stuff, but right now, for some reason, most teams consider that the Rage is much more important than having that additional mobility, additional damage, additional control. But I'm seriously sad about how many teams decided to get rid of a Combat or Carnage in their setups, because the proper Carnage or Combat play can change games, and it has a great burst by itself. But anyway, let's get back to the game. It looks like right now it's 6 against how many of Don't Panic's members are here, not exactly sure, and it's really quite hard to see. And oh my god, Sesk is about to cap that western point, but quickly gets spotted and interrupted. Of course, Vacalord unfortunately goes down, though, gets a full door, and that's might be somewhat of a problem. Let's watch from the distance what's going on there. So far it looks like Hey I'm MVP are doing a great job at keeping Don't Panic in check. There, 2 ticks left on the door. Vacalord is about to go out, and at the same time I can see that on the ops frame the rest of the team is not taking that much of a damage, or healers for Hey I'm MVP doing a great job at keeping everyone alive. Whoa, this is really intense. It's only the second round. I'm gonna spoil it for you in advance. Just a short spoil. This game is about 30 minutes long. I'm not entirely sure, but it's very long. So expect a lot of rounds and a lot of non-stop action. Of course, it makes it a little bit hard to commentate on. I'm not sure at what point I will run out of things to say. So far, though, I do have quite a lot of things to fill the airtime with, and the second round is over, and Don't Panic are quickly making it back to the middle. I'm pretty sure that quite a few members of Hey I'm MVP will be just falling to the explosion right here. Terrawire goes down as well, and well, you know, this is pretty much gonna be a game of stamina, I'm sure. When the game turns out to be like this, the first team who makes a mistake is usually the one who loses, and I'm pretty damn sure that neither of these teams are really in the mood for losing right now. And split once again, 5 people on west from Hey I'm MVP, 3 on the eastern point. I suppose they will be kind of rotating the numbers from round to round, just to see if they can make something happen. But of course their best bet would be to somehow engineer a situation where they hold their opposing team in the middle, like hold their fastest members, like maybe operatives as well as combat sentinel. They just slow down, maybe mass CC, and while rushing for one of the pylons to cap it. At the same time, though, I have to mention that it looks like Don't Panic currently is doing a better job in DPS. So even if Hey I'm MVP managed to capture a point at some time in the game, and oh my god, look at that, Bacalord gets a field revive. Will he be kept alive? No, unfortunately that's field revive a little bit wasted, but still managed to distract the other team for just a few seconds. Maybe these seconds is what will keep Hey I'm MVP dominant here at West so far, though it definitely feels like Don't Panic puts quite more pressure on Hey I'm MVP in this situation, but we'll see how this game will unfold farther. Maybe Hey I'm MVP should split somewhat differently next round, which is gonna be the 4th round, by the way. Still 30 seconds left here. Teacher is about to go down. Losing him would be a huge blow. Still though, the round is about to end. But we have to remember that every kill is a potential point for Don't Panic. Of course, only if they manage to cap. Remember that all these kills, they don't really go away anywhere. It might seem like you do not really get the points for the kills if you do not have a pylon, but actually it all accumulates. When you capture the point, it will all stack. It will all stack in your favor. So even if you go for cap prevention, you like have to stick to this strategy till the end, because if at some point you just lose a pylon and you've given your enemies quite a lot of kills, well, you'll pretty much lose outright. So you should stick to the strategy of interrupting your opponents to the end if you chose to go for it, especially that early in the game. Another thing I wanted to mention here is that I remember how few months back in my casts I used to say that nobody really likes to go for the splits or do something sneaky or tricky, and just prefer to go for the standard 1-7. And just look at how the game's developed over these months. Right now almost nobody plays for that huge battle in the middle anymore. Everyone tries to stall their opponents. Teams have found split setups that work for them, and basically we never see an ancient Hypergate anymore where two teams just go for an all-out fight in the middle. Everyone is trying to do something, maybe to send at least one member, one stealther, or maybe one sniper sometimes even, to just interrupt and stall the enemy team for as long as possible, to either grab these orbs in the middle and like distract the major force of their opponents from that middle point to grab the orbs, or just prevent the cap. Anyway, round 4 right now, and 1 minute left until the end, and it's really about time we talked a little bit about the action going on here. So far, though, it looks like the splits remain the same throughout the rounds. Most of the members of both teams go for the western point. Middle is completely ignored. 3 from Don't Panic fighting it out in the east, and I suppose the same number of Hey I'm MVP members are there as well. Basically at this point in time, both teams should be scared of doing different split, like changing the numbers of members they send somewhere, because nobody wants to make that critical mistake which might lose them the game. One thing I wanted to note is that normally the game would end in the 7th round, but that is only if someone caps a pylon. If nobody caps, the game enters the sudden death mode, and it can basically go indefinitely, and that's an interesting part here. Normally other games would end at 30 minutes mark, but this one can go indefinitely, but it will end as soon as one of the team caps a pylon. Of of course, in that team's favor. And what do we see here? 5th round, basically. Normally it would only be 2 rounds left, but since nobody's capped a pylon so far. And just look at that. Don't Panic are definitely doing a great job. They're keeping Hey I'm MVP out of the middle. They're definitely not giving them a chance to slow any of their members down. That combat transcendence from the mid helps them to get to the pylons very quickly. Just a few seconds before Hey I'm MVP, and basically when MVPs arrive to any of the pylons, Don't Panic is already in a dominant position. They've already taken up spots. Snipers are already ready and waiting to place these lag shots and deliver their burst. Commando is already in a safe location, healers are spread out, and then definitely this game is going in favor of Don't Panic so far, though I don't know. Even if the game is not going in your favor, you can still, of course, engineer some clever tactic to just control your opponents and cap that pylon. Still, though, it's too early to say anything yet. We have to see, and just notice how weak in terms of survivability Deception Assassin right now. Probably I wouldn't be surprised if Vacalord, even though he's a great player, don't misunderstand me, will be a player with the most deaths. And actually something that I wanted to point out for quite a while now is that, of course, I'm saying he's Deception, but he's actually running a hybrid spec, something that's been getting more popular among Deception players in ranked especially. He's running with the dev field or force imbalance from Madness or balance specs. This has been gaining popularity quite a lot, and it does definitely add a significant layer of utility to an otherwise already DPS strong spec. But by gaining, of course, an additional 30-meter AoE attack, well, it makes a Shadow or an Assassin that is so much more versatile. Alright, Antipode was about to go down, but of course, look at this. Don't Panic are definitely dominating here once again. And oh my god, what is this split to? No, what am I talking about? Of course, the round has just ended. I was talking so much that I didn't even notice that the round was about to end. Quite a few members from Don't Panic are still left outside. Maybe in the next round, if Hey I'm MVP splits somewhat differently and goes for CCs, they might be able to stall their enemies long enough to capture that point. So far, though, well, here is where some more utility, right, like Carnage predation would have made a whole lot of difference. Just look at how much faster Don't Panic arrives to the point. There is just no chance for Hey I'm MVP to outrun their opponents. Definitely a better utility composition on Don't Panic's side. And so what Hey I'm MVP has to bank here on is that they can outplay their opponents straight at the pylon, either one or the other, but so far it's not happening because at the same time Don't Panic has a better front line. Just look at these three: Rooks, Tarawar and Antipode. They're just ravaging whoever they come across, and definitely that hybrid assassin of Vacalord is kind of a weak link in this setup, even though it's strong in DPS, but survivability is nowhere near the one that a Sentinel or a Guardian can provide. Even though the healers of Hey I'm MVP is doing a simply amazing job of keeping everyone up, but you know, whenever there is a link of some sort which you have to pay more attention to than to anyone else, it quite often becomes a problem, simply because, well, you have to spend more time on that person than your opponent's healer has to on his team, and that slows your team considerably. Not sure how if that made any sense. I will try to maybe elaborate on this a little bit later as the game progresses. And look at that! Unfortunately, Vacalord goes down again. While it might seem a little bit odd, but if you switched if he switched to Fortitude's team right now, it could have provided him with a little bit of an additional layer of that survivability. It wouldn't be much, of course, but it would have... Oh my god, that was so close, but a grenade from... damn it, oh, that was definitely an intense situation right there, and Don't Panic got so close to capping that point. And keep in mind, that was basically the last normal round, because as of the next round it will be a sudden death mode, and it will get that much more intense and stressful, because definitely it will be even more the game of stamina than it was before, simply because it will be the sudden death mode as soon as one of the teams cap. And oh my god, just look at that! They came out from the middle with the predation. They immediately slowed everyone who just dropped down from the respawn point on the Hey I'm MVP side. And look at that, they're already attempting to cap. Definitely against such a utility setup. Hey I'm MVP's composition is not the best one, but they are doing a really good job nonetheless. But Don't Panic, I might even go as far as to say they're doing... yes, here we go, Tiebreaker. First team to capture a pylon wins. That is definitely gonna be putting more stress on both teams. Whoa guys, we're definitely watching one hell of a epic game of Ancient Hypergates here, and it is happening on the Bastion between two great teams of Hey I'm MVP against Don't Panic here. Pure Rage, someone stunned at the pylon there. Who is he going for? I think he's going for Commando, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he was going for Commando of Don't Panic, but come on, you should not leave your healer unprotected for too long. So far though, it doesn't look like Crunchy's having a lot of problems here, but still they're completely pushed away from the pylon by Don't Panic. Just look at the Rooks and Antipo just slaughtering, well, not exactly slaughtering, but they are like two experienced woodcutters working on a log, and Crunchy being the log in this case. Well, what are we seeing here so far is 5 against 5, it's 3 against 3. Seriously, teams are not risking to do a different split. Maybe they could have attempted 4 against 4 with 2 snipers using their rolls in the beginning to go for the east and utilize these 2 flash grenades. What could really work for Hey I'm MVP in this case? They've got 2 snipers, it means 2 flash grenades, 30 meters range, as well as 2 long rolls. They could make it work somehow, somehow like that. 4v4 split, utilize that. Of course, there is always an issue of the other team having a lot of stealth, but you know, actually, Hey I'm MVP got the tools. Right now, it's not a game of damage, and even though, of course, it's always important, and it definitely can make things work, but this is not a game of damage, or it shouldn't be at least. It has to be a game of CC at this point. Both teams should have realized right now that the damage did not exactly work for them before, and it will probably not start working for them in the nearest future. They have to do something with these control abilities. Maybe save their grenades, save their AoE stuns. And what's probably what they should be doing is, of course, saving their AoE stuns. And look at that! Immediately, Mike the Honorable stands. Oh my God! Look at that CC play. That was really fun to watch. And I don't know about you guys, but I liked it. Chain stunning each other, that was pretty damn cool. And once again, they're gonna be battling it out, but this time it's a different split. It's 3-5, but both teams did it. These guys really think alike. Just look at that. This is simply insane. They've been going 5-3, 5 west, 3 east all game, and now in this round they both split 3-5, 3 west, 5 east. These guys, seriously, they played each other so much, they read each other so well. Still though, Don't Panic really did a lot of a better job at their composition right here, right now. On the other hand, hey, MVP probably knows what Don't Panic runs with, so they could have prepared for that. But, you know, quite often I hear a lot of people saying things about overpowered classes, overpowered setup. I just want to tell you, shut up. And I don't mean that in an insulting or any other way, but seriously, oh my god, Wordlol tries to swap to the east, but controlled by Giggity gone. Does it mean that east is having trouble? I am not sure, but okay, Vacalor decides to stay here, or maybe actually not, uses resilience and vanishes away, leaving only a couple of his friends to fight it out at west. Will they be able to hold it against 3 long enough? I'm not sure. 30 seconds left in this round. This is round 8. The game is looks like nowhere near the end still, but you never know, of course. This is sudden death. This is sudden death. It can end at any second, and look at that. Don't Panic, Sask was trying to capture, but it didn't work out, obviously. Reinforcements arrived just in time to interrupt him. Only 9 seconds left, and it doesn't look like any pylons will be capped today. And I wonder if they will be capped at all, or maybe the teams will just say, oh, to hell with this game, let's just all leave, friendship will win. Well, not much of a chance of this happening. Of course, these guys, they've got their egos, and they will not be abandoned in this game, of course. They will be fighting it out to the end. And like I said before, what Hey I'm MVP could have done here is sent both their snipers to the same side and maybe played it out with the grenade somehow. You know, double 30-meter flash grenade is pretty damn powerful against empty resolved characters. But then again, there is always someone in stealth like Mike here, but of course for stun will not hold him long enough for anyone to cap, and Giggity Gone immediately counters Vacalord here. But it was then pretty close for Mike to cap, but of course broke out of Reese and used the Resilience or Force Shroud to interrupt Mike here, and it looks like it's 2 against 4, and this is dangerous. Hey I'm MVP needs reinforcements here right now, otherwise he might be falling. They don't even have a healer here, but it looks like someone arrives. Yes, Wordlol comes in to save the day, and it looks like one of the members from Don't Panic is trying to rotate west, if I'm correct. So it's already a 3 against 3, and yes, I suppose Don't Panic don't want to take any chances and want to fight equally on both sides. Once again, it's 5-3. Both teams decided, what the hell, it didn't work at all, nothing changed, they just read us like an open book. And so let's stick to a 5-3, and that's exactly what's happening. This is definitely an insane game. 1 minute remaining until round 9 will end, and how many more rounds will it be, I wonder. And so far, though, no specifically interesting play happening here on this point. Just both teams are trying to prevent each other from capping, not exactly trying. And oh my god, what is this? This is dangerous. But Pure Rage comes out of CC. Oh my god, they are disabled once again. But Wordlol is doing a great job. He is uncontrolled. If only Don't Panic's team here had some additional CC control the Wordlol, they could have probably won the game right here, because it looks like neither Vacalord nor Pure Rage had their breakers out. Whoa, and that could have worked, but as it stands, the pylons are still uncapped, and I'm really starting to wonder what could Hey I'm MVP do to turn this situation. Maybe they could have sent a couple of their members to just slow down. If you look at the map, you will see that Don't Panic goes for the middle here every round. And they just like to stack in the middle, all of their team. And look, yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's how you slow them down. They're trying to run away, but come on. They're probably, they've already received that combat transcendence from Vacalord. No, what am I talking? From Tarawire, of course. Come on, their nicknames, they're all similar. It's probably one Chinese guy playing on 16 computers at the same time. It's all bots, come on. It's just an advanced AI algorithm. Just look at what computers have come to. They can play sort of ranked at this high of a level against each other. Once again, Vacalord looks like there's nothing gonna be happening at the east, or he just realizes that there are many more Hey I'm MVP members than it should be here, so he decides to rotate west, where some of the people are already falling, and Don't Panic definitely got a solid grip on Hey I'm MVP here. Their setup definitely looks better. Something that I started talking about earlier but got distracted is that whoever says there are overpowered setups, overpowered classes and all that jazz, you should just shut up. You know, we are playing an MMORPG here, and team composition, team build is a part, and a very important part of the game. This is something that can lose you a match or win you a match outright. You have to do your research, you have to do your scouting. That's quite important. You have to know your opponents, you have to understand how they play, who they run. This is just as important as the gear progression. This is part of the game, so congrats to Don't Panic to doing a great job running a more versatile yet more powerful, no less powerful I should say, I suppose, team composition than Hey I'm MVP. They definitely got more utility, and I could even say more damage than MVPs here. Still, MVPs are doing a great job at deflecting Don't Panic, even though they definitely feel it definitely feels like MVPs are on the back foot at least a little bit. Don't Panic manages to snatch these favorable positions faster every round, and what we have here right now is round 10 coming to an end, 0 seconds, and once again Don't Panic will be going for the mid. Maybe MVPs could like roll their snipers in and trench, so Don't Panic will not be able to do anything, and use those flash grenades. Just stall Don't Panic for as long as it's only possible, because seriously, like lacking 1-2 members for 10 seconds might be very important. And look at that! Look at these guys just dropping on predation and going for the point, but well, Hey I'm MVP is already here, no CCs happened. I should say that Don't Panic could have played a little better here. They could have checked for anyone coming out from the middle, dropped some AoEs, maybe they could have like controlled Vacalord back there, and that would have allowed them to cap, but well, what didn't happen, and the fight goes on here. Once again, Don't Panic immediately right from the start of this round, they're already pushing MVPs back, but MVPs are still doing that great job of holding on. They have to really give kudos to the healers of that team. They're doing it very well. At the same time, I'm not entirely sure. Just when I was about to say that maybe their healers don't really feel a lot of pressure, but then I saw Crunchy's parts flying left and right, and it was basically a rain of Crunchy's pieces here. Even though he managed to heal all these body parts that got ripped off his body quite effectively. And so I just need to shut up about healers not being pressured, because definitely Don't Panic watches the healers as if they were a big brother. Seriously, as soon as a healer gets undefended for a second and maybe lowers his guard, he is getting focused. But right now Pure Rage goes down, and oh my god, just look at the positioning of Don't Panic. It's insanely good right now, and they might be wiping Hey I'm MVP right now on the western point. Will that happen? Vacalord went down, but Pure Rage probably is already out, and one tick on the door. Holy crap, guys, it's 11th round. Tell me if you've seen longer Hypergates. So far, the longest one I've seen, I think, was 11 rounds as well, but so far it looks like this game might be going for considerably longer here. Once again, this game will be continuing until one of the teams makes a mistake, and that's always possible when humans are involved. You know, we are humans, we make mistakes, and it is not about damage or survivability. It's about better use of CC and clever tactics. Right now, you don't need to play this game great. You just need to make one right move, and this epic game will go to the team which engineers such a scenario. Well, round 12 is about to start, and it looks like Vaclord will be going east this time, and oh my god, Terramar roots him. He also stuns Wardlow, and oh my god, somebody is already at the pylon. Who is that? Is it Sask or one of the operatives? Oh my god, it's just guys. All right, let's pause here for a second and look at these numbers. Well, definitely numbers reflect the length of this game, but oh, holy crap! That was just why? How could Vaclord get spotted? So he went without stealth there, and he got spotted by Terrawar so quickly. He got rooted, so there was no chance for him to go and interrupted the pylon at the same time. Both defenders who dropped east were out of stealth, had no chance. They get left on, they get controlled, and there we go. Unfortunately, that was a mistake. That was a mistake that the team had to make to lose this game. And hey, IMMVP was the first one here to make it. Definitely Teacher, as usual, as top MVP. I always praise Teacher. You know, he is a good sniper. He does good in hot balls, he does good in every other game. If you disagree, well, it's your choice, but the Teacher's been showing only good games recently. Well, of course, maybe he is doing it kind of more poor than when off the camera, but from what I've seen, he definitely does it good. And the next one is Alikion, then goes Antipode. Well, like I said, damage definitely reflects the amount of time that was spent in this game. So it does the healing, by the way, and but like I said, it was not about the damage or survivability in the end. Once these initial 7 rounds elapsed, it was all about tactical split and a clever CC play, or a mistake, a single mistake. And unfortunately, hey, IMMVP were the first one to make that mistake. Well, guys and girls, holy crap! That game definitely deserves to be watched from start to finish, and I hope that's exactly what you've done right now. If you are listening to me say that. Not much to really discuss, unfortunately. Even though both teams played just amazing, it's simply amazing how they read each other. Seriously, it's equal splits. Great interrupts, but unfortunately, hey, IMMVP were the first one to make a mistake there, and that cost them the game. But still, the game was amazing. Make sure to give these teams some love and follow their streams. It will be in the video description, the links, as well as after games such as this, I really don't know what more to say. Everything was said in the game. It was simply amazing how these guys played. I'm in awe right now. These teams really feel like solid, established teams. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this game, like the video, of course, don't forget about that, and subscribe to the channel at youtube.com/dailypvp. Don't forget that from time to time I've started doing live commentaries on my twitch.tv channel, as well as I always stream some PvP and a little bit of a PvE action from time to time, so follow that as well at twitch.tv/dailypvp. Well, I'm just gonna run a screen with all the additional information, so stay for a little bit and watch that as well. For now, though, I'm bailing out and wishing you a good day or evening. The transfers are about to hit. servers. I'm very interested to see how ranked scene will change on the established PvP servers because of that, how many egos will be broken, and if they will be broken. Well, egos will definitely be broken. Whose ones though? I don't know. Let's find out. Anyway, ladies and gents, for now, I'm taking off. It was flavored with daily PvP, and I'll see you all later. Mwah.